Nikolai Adams here with Lafleur, a man who needs no introduction, iconic Montreal Canadian. I'd like to go back to the Quebec Ramparts first, actually, if you don't mind. 130 goals, 214 points. Coming into Cornwall and playing against the Royals at Water Street, what was that like? Putting up those points, first of all, but then also coming into Cornwall.
Well, it was always a tough game when we used to come and play here, you know, because they had a tough team at that time, and they have a few guys that would fight during the game, and so we get rid of the fighters and we play hockey after. And, we had maybe a little bit more talent than the Royals, but some of the games were close. Yeah, it was not all the time high scoring or things like that.
Yeah. Okay. Now.
Also the fans here, they were something else.
I've heard. Yeah.
You know, the place was just jammed back, and it was kind of a rivalry between both teams, and we have a lot of fans from Quebec City and coming to see every game that we play on the road, so
quite the atmosphere.
It made it very interesting.
Now, you know, a lot is made out of the Montreal Canadiens and the Boston Bruins, but back while you were playing, there was quite the rivalry with you and the Montreal Canadiens and the Quebec Nordiques. Now, one of the matches that I've watched 3 times is the Good Friday Massacre, 1984. What are your memories of that? Obviously, I looked at the score sheet. You miraculously did not have a penalty minute.
Yeah, that was a sad game because I don't think the players really looked forward to that type of game. You know, the rivalry between the Nordiques and Montreal was mostly between the media, between the fans. They were building up so much pressure before each game that the players, they were stuck in between, and it became a kind of a game where players didn't play hockey. They were just trying to hit each other and get everybody's heads off and things like that. So it was not hockey then. So.
Yeah, but a miraculous comeback nonetheless.
Yeah. But, you know, I look at that game and remember Jean-Mel was our defenseman, and he got a sucker punch, and his career was ended there. So, you know, it's sad.
Now, was it awkward then going across to Quebec and playing and ending your career in Quebec City? Was it weird being a Montreal Canadian for so long?
Well, it was weird. It was weird even when I was with the Rangers. You know, the 1 year that I spent with the Rangers and the 2 years that I spent with the Nordiques, but the rivalry was not as much at the time. And the Nordiques was not winning. They had great hockey players. Matt Sundin and Nolan, Joe Sakic. And they won the cup in Colorado. But the rivalry was different then, and for me, every time that I was playing for the Rangers against Montreal, and I was with the Nordiques against Montreal, and the two bench they would face each other. We were not on the same side. So I was looking at the Montreal bench. I said, "What the hell am I doing here? You know, I should be the other side."
But, exactly.
But I was happy that the Rangers and the Nordiques they gave me an opportunity to make a comeback and also to end my career the way I wanted to.
Now, a few fun little questions. First, who was a player that influenced you when you were growing up as a kid?
Well, Jean Béliveau, Gordie Howe, Bobby Orr, Bobby Hall.
So all the icons.
Yeah.
And maybe a goalie while you were playing that you really had a tough time scoring against.
Bernie Perrin from the Flyers was tough to score on. You know?
And maybe a player that you watch today that really influences you, or not influences you, but really catches your eye.
I like Sidney Crosby, Ovechkin, Taze, and they're all great hockey players. I like Gallagher, who works so hard, and I wish the other guys would follow up.
Oh, for sure, yeah. Lead by example. He does that every time.
So, but I like players like that. They come to play, and it doesn't matter where they play. They want to win, and they're pride guy.
Your favorite memory in the Montreal Forum?
Oh, geez.
There's so many, right?
Yeah. the tying goal in '79 that I scored against the Bruins. There's many that playing just playing for the organization was very, very special to me. It's funny because all my career that I played in Montreal, I was pinching myself, that I'm on the ice, and all the time, especially at the old forum, I used to be on the ice every day before practice, an hour before everybody. So when you're by yourself at the forum and you're on the ice, and I felt very lucky to be able to do that.
The one player that you wish you could have played with that you never had the chance to? Obviously, because you spent so much time in Montreal.
I played the best line that I played on in my career was Wayne Gretzky and Gilbert Perreault for Canada Cup in 1981. And unfortunately, Gilbert had a broken leg the second game, and they split up the line. But I wouldn't mind to have a center like one.
That wouldn't be too bad. Okay, so now to my favorite question. One of your favorite films?
I would say series, the James Bond.
Oh,
I'm a James Bond fanatic, and I love James Bond, especially the gadgets.
Yeah. And Sean Connery, Roger Moore, that's kind of always
I like them all. I like them all. I have no preference. Sean Connery at the beginning, when they move on to Roger Moore, he said, is he going to be as good when he was, and so on. So they're all good, and they're great movies.
And is there one that stands out, if I'm to review one in accordance with you?
They're all good. Goldfinger.
That's the one that's kind of the iconic. That's the one that they say is the best, right? Yeah. Sean Connery and Honor Blackman as Pussy Galore.
That's good.
Well, thank you so much for this. I really appreciate it.
Well, thank you very much. Thank you.